I'd go yada gam, gotta go with the ging to the goo to the gee to the goo, had to go to the goose to the geek, edgag lag and good gitch, for the godust. 2025 update. Hello, you've seen the title of the video. I am going to teach you how to speak egg language very fast. 2025 update. If you haven't seen them already, I've done a 2021 update, which was literally, I was talking about COVID during them times, it's that old. And I've had so many people ask me to do an updated one that here I am. I'm gonna make it updated, I'm gonna make it short and sweet, and by the end of this, you should be able to at least understand, if not speak egg language. If you don't know, by the way, egg language is the language you speak when you don't want your family or your teachers to understand what you're saying. I learnt it during school after listening to my sister speaking it on the phone to her friends, and it was basically so you could get away with saying things that you didn't want other people to hear. You heard what it sounds like at the beginning, but it gets sounds like this. By the way, I know that I'm gonna get loads of comments. Yes, it's called lots of different things. There's G-word, bubble, double talk, gibberish, backslang. There's loads of different names for it. I called it eggy peggy at school, otherwise known as egg language, and that's why I call it egg language. Fun fact, if you don't know me from TikTok, the reason that I am on your screens now / on TikTok, Instagram, all of them, is because my very first video went viral, and that was an egg language video. And since then, I have done a bazillion videos. There's an entire playlist on my TikTok where you can go and watch all of them. Some of them are mini tutorials as well. If you want something that's like 30 seconds long, you probably won't get as much detail as this though. But I don't want to waste your time, blood. You want to learn how to speak egg language, and I'm going to do that as quickly as possible. So let's get this intro out of the way and go straight into it. This is going to be separated into 3 parts. The first part is the rule on how to speak I can't speak English. The rule on how to speak egg language. Number 2 is examples of words and how to say them, so you've got them as reference. And number 3, I'm gonna ask you 3 questions in egg language at the end of this video to see if you understand them. And if you do, write your answers in English in the comments. I will say now that although I'm going to be explaining how to say it on screen with words, I don't think there's a written egg language. No one can understand a written egg language. So please don't write your answers in the comments in egg language. It don't work like that. Anyway, let's get to it. Number 1, the rule of egg language and how to speak it. There is one rule to egg language. In between each syllable of a word, you put a d and a g. So think of when you learn the alphabet, you're probably doing biff, chip and kipper at school, in primary school. Think of the little alphabet, a d and a g between each syllable. If you don't know what a syllable is, I'll put a definition here, but it's basically each sound of a word. So my name is Star, that's a 1-syllable word, star. But if your name was Mia, that's a 2-syllable word, me-ya. So you'd put the d and the g between each syllable. Here's an example. So as I said, my name is Star, so that would be st, d, gar. So you're putting the d and the g in the middle of the syllable. You're still saying the exact sound of the word, you're just putting a d and a g between each syllable. So the d will always sound like a d sound. The g will carry on the rest of the word. So star, st, d, gar. Studagar. So that's how you would say a 1-syllable word. It gets more complicated with more sounds in a word. So using the name Mia again, it would be midigi, g. So you're putting the d and the g sound in twice because there's 2 syllables in the name Mia. Adding more syllables to the mix, if your name was Jessica, that's Jessica, 3-syllable words, you'd put the d and g sound in 3 times in between each syllable. It sounds a bit complicated, but once you get the hang of this, it will become so easy. So with Jessica, it would be jeddeges, iddige, kuddige. Jeddeges, iddige, kuddige. Jeddeges, iddige, kuddige. So you're still basically saying the word, you're just putting a d and a g in the middle. That's the only difference. You have to do it with every syllable though. If you just said midigi, that's not egg language. It would be midigi, g. And if that sounds really complicated to you, don't worry, we've got part 2. Part 2, everyday words we say in egg language. So I've broken this down into things like objects, food, people. I'm gonna say some words in egg language that are 1-syllable words, 2-syllable words, 3-syllable words, and 4-syllable words so that you can see how they sound, and this will help you understand the way that egg language works a bit easier because these are words you're probably going to say in your everyday life. 1-syllable people. Mudagum, dadagad, gudagirl, bordagoy, vedagem, quidagir. All of those are 1-syllable words. So you only put the d and the g in there once. 2-syllable people. Sidigi sidiga, bradaga thediga, adagan kudagal, adagan tidigi, nedigay budaga. All of those are 2-syllable words, so you put the d and the g in twice. 3 syllables, edigan nidiga midigi, kudagas tidiga mudaga, and just like me, lediges bidigi yedigan. All of those are 3-syllable words, so you put them in 3 times. An example of a 4-syllable word, nodagon budagai nidiga ridigi. So as you can see, it obviously makes the words a hell of a lot longer, but at least you'll be able to speak to people without other people knowing. I'm gonna reel off a few more objects and foods. 1-syllable words, tidigi, bediged, fudagone, badagag, chidigis, frodagais. That's really important, to be fair. They're all 1-syllable words. You put the d and the g in once. 2-syllable objects and foods. Pidigit sidiga, ladagap todagop, chodagar jidaga, wodagor tidiga, kodagar fidigi. All of them, 2 syllables, so you put the d and the g in twice. 3-syllable objects and food. Chodaga kudaga lidigat, budaga nudaga nudaga, kadaga lidigin didaga. This is making me really hungry, I'm not gonna lie. And then 4-syllable words, adaga, vudaga, kadaga, dudago, kalagal, chidigu, ledige, tudaga. Do you understand what I mean? Some people, to be fair, can hear it but can't speak it. I'm one of the people that can speak it, but I really struggle to hear it. And some people are fluent and can do both. So you might be able to understand what I'm saying, but haven't quite got how to speak it yourself yet. It literally is just practice. The best advice I can give to you, say you want to say your own name. Break down what that name would sound like if you put the d and the g between each syllable. Say it slowly at first, keep saying it slowly, and just get quicker and quicker. So, now that I've given you the full lowdown on how to speak this, I've got 3 questions in part 3 that I want you to answer in the comments. I'm only going to say them in egg language. I'm not going to write on screen what they are. You answer them in the comments if you understand me. Question number 1. Wadagot, idigiz, yodagor, nedigame. Question number 2. Wadagot, idigiz, yodagor, fedigay vridigat, fudigud. And number 3, nedigame, wadagon, odagov, yodagor, hodagor bidigiz. And that's it. Please answer the questions in the comments. Answer them in English. Don't answer them in egg language. Egg language is not a written language, it's only verbal. Please let me know how you found the video and share it with anyone that you want to learn egg language because it's very boring speaking egg language by yourself. Anyway, I've enjoyed this video. I hope you have too. Please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It makes me very happy and it pays my mortgage. I love you all. I'm done. Bye.